I would like to dedicate a couple of seconds from this video to thank Akira Toriyama for making our childhoods unforgettable with Dragon Ball, and I wish he rests in paradise. Rockstar is known for their GTA and Red Dead Redemption series, which are games focused on criminal life and rebelling against the law. But when they launched a detective game, I was surprised and wondered how they would pull it off and what twists they would add to a very rare but lovable genre. Typically, detective games task you with finding clues to prove someone's honesty or expose their lies, and you do that in LA Noire, but you can also decide if the person is telling the truth or not based on their facial expressions. LA Noire's facial expressions are beautifully well made, and I dare say that they rival modern facial animations. However, the game's graphics didn't age well. Textures look washed out and blur into each other, hair is hideous, shadows look weird, and effects like this explosion can't even compete with modern ones. The characters are developed well and they're likable and feel real though. Some characters have bad audio quality, but it's not very distracting or common.
Handy lad, that Kelso.
Yes, he is, Chief. You can't imagine what those two have uncovered.
Something that is also okay is the gameplay itself. Hand-to-hand combat is simple, but fun, along with weapon combat. Shooting is good, but the cover system is very clunky and unresponsive most of the time. But what stood out for me is the driving. I love driving in this game. The handling is exceptional and easy to master. The detective gameplay is pretty tricky. The game doesn't make everything obvious, but gives you intuition points to steer you in the right direction and help you out whenever you need it. However, the same can be said about the puzzles, as I found them to be extremely easy to solve. Also, I would like to add that the game is free of bugs, but sadly locked at 30 FPS. You play as Cole Phillips, an ex-Marine who fought in the Japanese War, and his great work earned him medals and a job as a detective. The real story starts somewhere at the end of the game, but most of it has you focusing on cases and solving them. The game contains gore, nudity, drugs, and more, which in my opinion make it more immersive and realistic. The world feels extremely alive. Rockstar has done such a fantastic job building LA in the 1940s. It feels lived in, realistic, and pretty accurate for its time. Through cases, you get to know about the world and its locations before and how valuable the American dollar was back then. LA Noire is not overhyped by any means, and even its bad graphics don't hold it back at all. So for that, it deserves an 8.3 out of 10.